welcome back to part 2. It's the same day, just different video. So next stage is going to be the throttle body. So you might have seen in the last video I stripped all this one off and I showed that the actual adjustment screw was too high, keeping the throttle open a little bit. So I've got the new throttle body in the workshop now, so I'm going to clean that up a little bit, whack it on, put the TPS on, connect it to the water lines, have a good clean up first around here because it's a little bit dirty, clean all the radiator feed pipes, it's a bit dirty there, clean all that up, clean the back of the firewall, now we can get to that easier. Then I'm going to have a look at the intake, because I think there's a hole where the actual pipes join together. See if I can get rid of that little hole and then put that together. Then we're going to have a look at the exhaust. So this is the new or newer throttle body. I've given a bit of a clean up, it was a little bit grubby. As you can see, it's a lot nicer inside, a lot cleaner, and the actual adjustment screw still has the locking nut on it, so it's never been touched, which is going to be ideal. I put the TPS on it, just centralised that for now. I made a gasket as well. I may have seen that on the short, me making the gasket. If you didn't, go and have a look at that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that back on there. Now the water pipes are on after a bit of a struggle. Put the gasket and put the throttle body back on. That's all bolted in, so now try and connect. So that's all the way closed, which is what we want. That. And then we should be all set with that bit. Now I'm just going to look at the intake. You know, all make sure there's no holes in it. Pull that back together, and then have a look at the exhaust. We're nearly there. Right, so I have noticed this little washer here isn't sitting correct, so I think I'm getting unmetered air through here. I'm not actually keen on this design, I want it to be all one piece, so I think I'm going to see if I can find somebody who can TIG weld, and I'm going to get them to TIG it all together. It is sort of a little bit dodgy. I'll get these welded up in a pipe, put on there for a proper intake as well, instead of just a push-in job. Because the length and the look of it's alright. I'm not keen on the plastic bits, because when I first bought this I thought these were all aluminium, but live and learn. So I'm going to undo that, see if I can adjust that clamp. I may have to do what I did with this one and actually grind all the inside of the clamp off to make it sit a lot better. This is a little bit loose as well, so if I can see if I can tighten it all up anyway. I'll tighten that one up. Yeah, it's clamping that up a little bit. And this one needs to be adjusted fully correctly. That needs to come out of there. That's right. See, it just falls apart. It's pathetic, really. So I can push that all the way in. Like that. That's better. Now that's sitting correct now. So I'm going to clamp that up. Hopefully it should stop any air leaks. It's creaking a little bit. Ooh, is it going to snap? No. Right. Okay, so feels a lot sturdier now. Get this back on, and then that, hopefully, fingers crossed, is that problem solved. So all back together. Now what we've got to do is fix the exhaust, and we can start it up, see what the throttle's like. Should be 100 times better than it was, and check for any water leaks from the water pipes, but they should be nice and secure. So back under the car. Wish I had a lift. Working on cars on your back is a bit of a pain in the back. And you see the bracket there should be attached. Shouldn't have this one hand. It should be attached up here, and it was with these rubbers. These exhaust rubbers, they just basically sheared through. So I think I'm going to make a solid mount out some bar of aluminium, bolt it to the chassis, and bolt it to the exhaust pipe there, So I'm going to get some scrap aluminium out the lockup and see what I can do. So basically all I've done, see this with the light on. I've done a bit of a bodge basically. I've put a makeshift rubber mount on both sides just to stop the exhaust from dropping, and it's still got a little bit of movement with the rubber. It's got Nylux on there as well, so it should stop it from coming undone. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to think about investing in a stainless system on this, get it all custom made and custom mounted, but that should help for now. It's pretty solid, it's not going anywhere. So right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just adjust the wheel alignment on the front wheel over there and get it back on the ground, test the throttle, and I think we're pretty much done. So I've been having a look at this front wheel here, and I've checked the camber just with a spirit level, and it's pretty much bang on. Not when it's up in the air, when it's on the ground it's pretty much straight, which is how I want it. I want pretty much neutral. I know you're supposed to have a tool showing degrees, etc., which I think I'm probably going to invest in, but I am going to go and get a proper laser alignment, I think. But I can't actually see where it's been rubbing on the lip here. The only thing I could see, it's been rubbing here. That's only on lock, and these are wider wheels, so it's going to rub a little bit, but that's not on the straight. The only thing I could see was this lip here where the bumper attaches was bent down, and this plastic was on the outside, not the inside, so I took that in before, because before this never used to rub at all, so I can't understand why it isn't. It's not massively low, I know it's low, but it's not massively low. So I'm not going to piss about with the actual alignment myself. I'm just going to leave it as it is, pretty much bang on neutral. So now when I first actually built the car, I tried to set everything up as neutral as possible, so I'm going to try and leave that as it is. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to clean up under all the arches because they're filthy, check the other side because that doesn't really rub on that side. So if it was rubbing here and it doesn't rub next week when I get the MOT redone, then it might be okay. So I'm going to just experiment that before I start pissing about with the alignment, etc. But like I say, I will go and get a proper alignment. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give this a bit of a clean and then get the front bumper on. I've got the back end back on the ground. It's still a little bit high because it's not settled back in with the front being up in the air. So the handbrake seems to be working fine now. I've pressed the brake pedal as well, so I've realigned all the actual calipers, etc. So touch wood, that's fixed. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to clean up under here, get the bumper on, and then give it a bit of a test. Some fine adjustment. Drivability seems a lot better. Throttle response is a lot cleaner, sharper. So I think I'll try adjusting the throttle there, and I'll just adjust it a little bit here because I don't think the cold start is actually working at all on this. But I'd rather revs be a little bit more difficult to drive with while it's cold, and then when it's warm I can adjust it that way. So I'm just going to tighten this up a fraction just to bring the revs up slightly. Looks like I've got to adjust the exhaust now. I've tightened it up because that's tilted a little bit, so that's another little job on the list. Sounds nice though. Revs are sitting at 1500. I'll see what happens when it gets warm and drops down, but I think that's pretty much sorted. Handbrake seems to be fine. Washer jets now work. So we should be all set for the next MOT. So hopefully you'll join me on that video. That's going to be another little small vlog, I think, just to the MOT station and might give the car a bit of a run. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.